Howdy folks, and welcome back to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reaction after before season 7 episode 8. After, comma, before. After, before. After the events of the last episode, but before their main timeline? I don't know. I'm trying to decipher these titles. I guess that would have fit to any of these episodes. Last episode was that big Mac Deke 1983, 82 20 months, which could be 83 or 84, depending upon when they landed in 82. And a lot of people were pointing out that it was pretty much being told through Deke's eyes, so that might be why it was a little bit wacky. I don't really care. It was just fun. That's why I enjoyed it. But the crew jumped forward 20 months and met up with them. And last we saw, they had met up with them at the lighthouse, right? And that's pretty much the end of it. We found out that the Chronicom is AI. Sybil, is that her name? I can never remember her name. I think that might be her name. That she survived, and she was put into a robot, and then she survived the robot being destroyed, and now she's inside a television set like Coulson was. And Coulson's still in the television set. I love that scene where he asks if Gemma has a new body for him, and May's like, well, you'll have to see. So, anyway, don't know what else to say here, except this is probably going to be the second episode in the 80s. And then at the end of this, if the pattern holds, they're going to jump forward again. I used to think it was like 20-ish years, but now, like 2 decades, somewhere 2 decades. They skip a decade, but they went from the 70s to the 80s. So are they going to go to the 90s, the 2000s? Where are they going to go next? I don't know, but let's find out. What about that May? Remember that May debrief where I was thinking maybe that's a different May? Other people were pointing out in the comments, rightly probably, that no, that was probably May debriefing Deke, after they had met up 20 months later, and him telling the whole story. So it probably was our May. Why it wasn't a different May. So and the old, the old computers and stuff I saw were because they're in the 80s in the lighthouse. So here we go. Wait a minute. Why are we? Oh, we're seeing it from their perspective. Oh, we're going to see it from the Zephyr's crew's perspective. What was this? Let's watch this again. What did it take? It took her tools? It just grabbed her tools in some sort of a sphere and presumably sent them through time? What's going on here? So it was January 1982. Those who... Which time did we lose? It's right here. January 1982. So yeah, 20 months later would be 1983 still. Okay. Again, without knowing exactly what date they arrived before the previous episode, could have been 84 when 20 months later, but it's going to be late 83. May 17th, 1983. Good day, by the way. May 17th, 1983. That's not 20 months. Right? No. So are they gonna go on another big trip and come back later? I'm looking forward to what's happening next, because this isn't 20 months.
Deke and Mac. Deke. Mac, are you there?
Yep, sure enough, in the background, it's counting down from 44 seconds.
Mac, do you read?
They're about to jump again.
Nothing. Let me go back out there.
I guess that's what Gemma meant when it's deteriorating, because it just keeps jumping and jumping and jumping. So I guess when they finally arrive 20 months later in Deke and Mac's timeline, they're going to have repaired the drive somewhat, or stabilized it at least. So it's not unstable anymore.
I'll stay behind. No.
And what year are we now?
How much?
What year? What day?
It's
Here we go.
September.
There's 20 months.
You got your pattern now?
I'm confused. I'm sorry. I was paying attention. I really was. How does she know it was 27 days? How did she figure that out from 2 jumps? That they have 27 days until they jump next time? Or is the device telling her that? I guess the engine is telling her the next jump is going to occur in 27 days. Okay, never mind. It's not a pattern thing that she figured out. It's just actually telling her. They get that countdown that says how many seconds are left. I thought that always happened with just a minute or 2 left, right? I never thought it happened and told them ahead of time how many days. But I guess if the drive is unstable and it's already determined it's going to jump again, I guess it can tell when it's going to jump. So.
Magics.
Oh, I get it now. No.
Not really.
She has faith, and then they jump. And what she's trying to say is she's figured out the pattern. Okay. No, she did do mathematics. She did, and she says, in faith and mathematics, right? Yeah. She did the math. She figured out the gaps was the same in the two jumps, and so she's guessing it's not going to be some sort of and she should have gone more than two to determine this. It wasn't some sort of an exponential curve or something like that, that it's just exactly the same gaps, and they're just going to keep jumping those, what, I guess it's 10 months at a time? No. Wouldn't have been 10 months at a time, because it was May, from January to May, and then from May to September. Maybe she's thinking it's going to be halving or something. Because it was, maybe she's thinking it's sequentially going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then eventually stop. And that's what she's calculated out to be that many days, I guess. Maybe she'll explain it. I know, shut up. Why don't you let her explain it? Because I'm trying to react as I'm watching it and give you my thought process. Okay, I'm confused even more now. Because we only saw him jump once.
Welcome back, everyone.
I mean, I guess we can presume they kept jumping and jumping, but now they're in October 1983, which was the 20 months later. The 20 months later from when they found Mac and Deke, and they've reunited. They got him aboard the Quinjet, and they flew back to the Zephyr. So, two things I'd like to point out. One, still don't understand the May thing then, unless May spent the last few days before this debriefing Deke. Maybe that's what happened. We're just not going to see it because we saw it, quote unquote, saw it in the previous episode. So that, again, will explain the May thing. So never mind. But second of all, did they just not show all the little jumps, or how the heck did Gemma figure out that there would only be one more jump and it would be to this day? September, October. Yeah, maybe she figured out a progression, I guess. I don't know. Again, maybe she'll explain it. But I want to think about it. I want to try to figure it out given the evidence that we have, and I'm getting really confused.
Singularity in 2 days.
Oh, okay. So she's 20 minutes of their time. 2 days. Okay, whatever. So she has figured out it is a collapsing progression. So they have a certain amount of time until essentially the Zephyr will be jumping nonstop, infinitely. Which I guess she's equating to putting it collapsing it into a singularity. So I guess they have that time to fix it, and if they can't fix it by that time, they have to abandon ship, no matter where they are, right? Or else they're going to all die. So I wouldn't think they'd want to do that. But they're only going little bits now, so they're not going to get too far out of 1983. They might get. No, they're going to probably still be in 1983 when this thing finishes.
Relatively speaking, 20 minutes.
Daisy. You should be resting.
Are we going to get a Jiang? Is that how pronounced it?
Right?
Jiang?
Jiang is that afterlife.
Jiang.
If anyone
We're going to get her.
has
Cool.
human powers, it's her.
So she did make another body for Coulson.
Good thing you built my head before my legs.
The time drive is malfunctioning. We could try to fix it, but our best.
Oh, yeah. It's a very important point. Apparently, this is before her birthday, yeah. It would be before. She would probably been born late 80s. So this could wipe her out of existence.
This plant's pretty thin.
Sit down. I can feel you worrying from.
I think it's really smart that they decided not to send Daisy, of course. But man, they have to be really careful to not let them know and let her know anything about Daisy, which is obviously something will happen. But just sending, I mean, the reason they're going there is to fix Yo-Yo, so it makes total sense. You need a pilot. I don't think Yo-Yo can fly these things, but anyway, you need a pilot. You need protection because Yo-Yo doesn't have her powers right now. So May makes the perfect candidate. So I like this.
From here.
How convenient that there was a patch of down trees.
That's a prosthetic.
Oh. That makes sense. Oh, it was supposed to do that, and they're like, what's going on? It's not doing anything. Not killing her, and it's not reacting.
It's settled then.
Are we going to see Daisy's dad? Or is this... No, probably not. Practically speaking, they wouldn't pay for 2 guest actors.
Then we can really understand how it affects your.
Of course, May knows that he doesn't want to let them go.
I know you didn't have to help me. So...
Okay, guys, don't get involved. Ripples, not waves. Uh-oh. My recording has gone black. Still running. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. I need to go to the network version.
We should be able to cut the power
Okay,
in time.
looks like there was just a
It's gonna be surgical
20 seconds or so of
electricity.
black. I'll have to go check out later and see what was missing from there.
Contaminants, foreign particles, pathogens.
It's all in her head, right?
Nothing came up. I'm
It's all in her
sorry,
head.
Elena, but it's in your mind.
Yeah.
And an exploration of her emotional past.
Very cool. Daisy's mom
Yeah,
is
no.
very
Feelings
smart,
aren't exactly our thing.
as we
They're
knew.
really not.
Also,
If there's a chance
bit evil.
it could work, don't you want?
okay, maybe evil's the wrong word. A bit vengeful
This is literally
and
my worst nightmare.
doesn't care about humans.
Finally,
A Magneto
we're doing
type.
something.
Are we going to get some in the head stuff here? Are we going to see things? No.
Believe it or not, alone is all.
I have an idea.
Oh, fighting.
Please tell
That's
me.
May's way of physical contact. So. Oh my god. I didn't even think she'd go back that far, and that all the people that she thinks she's caused their death is what's really getting on her. And acting on impulse and rash decisions and not wanting to have that ability anymore, maybe. Because she used her power to kill Ruby. Oh. Flashbacks even further.
I think we're finally getting.
We are not in the best shape, are we?
Little Coulson Daisy daddy-daughter moment here.
Put it together after you came on board.
Oh my goodness.
Prosthetics
new leg.
have come a long way since the 1950s.
She doesn't have to limp anymore. Uh-oh. What happened? I'm confused. Was that just symbolic to the jump, or did something happen to the... Did throwing the radio do something, or did something happen to the radio? I think it was just symbolic. Oh boy. We know Yo-Yo didn't have a wonderful life, but we didn't think that this happened. Oh no. I think she's come to grips with it, because I think the whole point of this, just like May said, was that so many people had been hurt because of her impulsiveness, including her boyfriend that she had for a little while there between Mac sessions, Mac periods. That she just didn't want it. She just just built up a wall. Oh no, is she planning to end her own life? Is that why she took the gun? Because she's afraid of herself? Yep. That's Quake. Is Daisy here? No, it's not Daisy. Oh, it's him!
Cora, you don't have to
Oh
die.
no.
Nathaniel.
Alec,
And you know what?
what are you up
I was
to?
actually supposed to die too. Written in the stars.
Notice he's got essentially gauntlets like Daisy has. I mean, it looks like they're mostly fabric and leather, but I think it's to hold him and together like her gauntlets do.
What would you call this place?
Okay, good point. So Sybil is
Commune?
guiding him to people that can help, I guess.
Or is it a prison? And never feel trapped again?
He's recruiting. Chronocom. That was a Chronocom weapon.
Thanks.
Ah, so it was symbolic. It was to just do the little cutscene during the milliseconds or split second as it was going through the air. All of that happened, I guess. Deke gets to see the love story of his grandparents.
And I won't stop trying.
It's a shame that the actor couldn't make it for this season.
I love you.
They are the heart and soul of this show.
I love you. I've always loved
They've already disturbed the timeline. They've already disturbed it. Because of Malik being here, this didn't happen, from what I know, of the previous seasons. This didn't happen before. So they've already screwed up the timeline, so they've already potentially screwed up Daisy's birth.
you. No matter.
Oh boy, Lee is... Oh, not dead, but... Ooh, ow. Her anger let her control it. Interesting.
We won't let you fight.
Whoa, her daughter. Is that literally her biological daughter, Cora? Did I know about this? I told you guys, I have really bad memory about older seasons. I enjoyed every season of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I remember the big points. But did we know that Daisy had a younger sister, biological sister, named Cora? Or does she mean, like, adopted daughter? I'm thinking biological, but... Wow.
This battle alone. Are we even in the right
Come on,
place?
guys. You gotta get
I don't
there.
see them anywhere.
You only have seconds.
Give it a minute. We're a jump late,
May can do it.
but we should still have.
Like 10 seconds left. Gotta do it, May. Gotta do it. She got in.
Too late.
Abandoned ship.
That we knew was a long shot.
Alright. Mac, you go with him. Come on.
Maybe better get us out of here.
I don't have to bounce back.
What? Did she just level up? Did she just level up? She just became Quicksilver. What do you know? I think. She did it. Yay, yo-yo. Yeah, she just became Quicksilver.
Stop jumping.
She doesn't have to bounce back anymore. She doesn't have to yo-yo. She can just move fast. That's awesome. Way to go, yo-yo. Of course, it raises the question, what made her realize that? I hope she tells us.
For us, maybe.
Yeah, not for Afterlife. They definitely did a big wave. No ripple there. You still got your powers, Daisy? Alright, we got a good leg on Sousa. Nice.
Hasn't fully charged, so
I hope this is a running gag through the rest of the season, with Coulson Bot constantly drinking water.
need to power down for a few.
Keep tempo.
Oh no. You gonna make a comeback? Uh-oh. This might be a Fitz-initiated jump. I bet you that's a Fitz-initiated jump. I bet you that's gonna be taking them to the next Chronicom target, the next battle, because obviously Sybil's still building the Chronicom army. We've still got a final scene to go. Let's go watch that.
We'll return in a moment.
You
Uh-oh.
here, done there.
Now the Inhumans on their side, or some Inhumans on their
What
side.
are you gonna do to them?
Little something new.
So his plan is to extract Inhuman powers from these Inhumans and give them to his soldiers, basically. Or everybody. Yeah, by him saying anarchy, maybe his plan is to figure out a way to distribute these powers just almost in wide batches, randomly. That would seem wrong, because he's going to hit some people who decide they're going to be heroes and stop him. So you'd think more he'd pick an army. So I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to pick an army. And with, Sybil, of course, is kind of driving all of this. He thinks he's in charge. He's not. If you think about it. Or maybe he is. Maybe he's going to turn on Sybil. But yeah, he's planning on distributing the Inhuman powers. That's a major wave. So the timeline is already completely screwed. I don't know how they can possibly restore this timeline. They've screwed everything up. In fact, Daisy shouldn't even be around anymore at this point. Unless Jiang did not tell Daisy and tell us as the audience all of this stuff and it actually happened, which I kind of doubt, because this guy is supposed to have been dead. Oh man, so much stuff. How great is it that Sousa's got a cool leg now, so he doesn't have to limp. The actor doesn't have to limp everywhere. That's awesome. Wonder if it's got any special powers, because all the prosthetics seem to have some sort of abilities. Coulson, not quite back to full. Like I said, it'd be kind of cool if, every episode we see him drinking some water. Not all the time, but I mean, every episode you see him at least once drinking some water. That'd be kind of a cool little thing to remember all that time he couldn't do it when he was thirsty. but having to be shut down, and not feeling too great about it because he's starting to now. You can see both with the discussion with Daisy about how many zeros and ones does it take for me to feel that and stuff like that, that he's starting to really kind of get a bit depressed and thinking that he's not real. It's him in there, but a version of him in there, but he's not human. He's not real. And it was cool before, but now it's kind of weighing on him. So I don't know what that'll lead to in the end. Hopefully it doesn't lead to him deciding to end it all or, to not come back or something, because we like Coulson. We still have a chance of meeting younger Coulson. That's still a possibility because he hasn't, I don't think, even joined S.H.I.E.L.D. yet. So in the timeline. So that might happen. But yeah, Fitz, that message from Simmons to Fitz is such a bummer that he couldn't be in this. I understand he had other obligations, but man, it's a shame because they really were the heart and soul, and you're kind of missing that. We get a little bit of it with Deke, Deke and Nana sort of stuff is nice. We get some of that. We get a little bit with Coulson and Daisy because they're kind of a heart and soul sort of combo too, so we get a little bit of that, but it's just not quite the same. Really miss that. I think this last jump was a Fitz-initiated jump. I thought that Yo-Yo had removed the power source, though, so how is it jumping? Don't know, but this next one's probably going to be getting them back on track, right? Instead of these weird random jumps that they were having for 2 episodes, basically. So, not a lot happened in this episode. I mean, in the progression of the war against the Chronicoms and the preventing them from taking over the Earth and destroying S.H.I.E.L.D. and destroying the Earth, basically. In that sense, they actually gained a little bit by what they did with the Inhumans, right? And getting a new army and powers and building their forces again. Not with Chronicoms. It looks like there's a lot of humans there. There might be some Chronicoms. I doubt it. It looks like it's mostly humans that have just been drafted into service. And Inhumans. That humans that are about to become Inhumans, I guess. But otherwise, not a lot progressed in the S.H.I.E.L.D. battle. The S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't get to do anything. Our team didn't do much to stop the battle. We got some good character progression. Yo-Yo, Coulson, Daisy, Sousa, Simmons, a little bit of Deke this time. We had a lot of Deke last time. Mac, no real Mac. So it was Mac and Deke last time. This time it was pretty much all the rest of them. Which it's good, but it's I kind of want a little bit more progression and have bigger battles and stuff. But this is still cool. Don't get me wrong. No episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has ever disappointed me. This one is no exception. I still really liked it. It's just it could have been a little better, but still pretty good. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. I appreciate all the comments you guys have been leaving. You've been clarifying a lot of things. You've been sharing your thoughts and your views and your speculation and your theories. And I really dig that. So thanks a lot for that. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.